People always...
I thought that'd be... You shouldn't...
May the sleeper protect you.
Maybe.
You have to... There must be something right in that story after all.
That's really not. As long as I'm not involved.
That wasn't very clever.
People all... You're probably right.
Ah, it's you. My friend Lester from the swamp camp told me all you did there. For somebody who hasn't been here for long, you've come quite a way.
I came quite close to becoming worm food a few times, too. I have an important message for the magicians of water.
Then you should talk to Satyrus. He's the highest of the water mages and spends all day studying some writings or other. But no matter how important your message is, the guards of the upper level won't let you through to him.
Can't you put in a good word for me?
I can't, but Kronos, the keeper of the ore, might be able to give you permission.
Where can I find this keeper of the ore?
If you proceed from here, you'll come across the big dwelling cave behind the dam. Kronos is usually at the grid over the big ore mound. But he's a bit arrogant. You'll have to convince him that your message is important. See you later.
You have to watch what you tell people.
Maybe.
Rely on somebody, and you're in trouble.
Same old story.
Not listening to all the plan ring anymore.
That was a good fight. I'll still feel the pain for days, but now it's over.
Let's talk about something else instead.
If you think. Well, hang on. Better not go rushing into
You have
anything.
to watch what you tell.
I'd better keep out of it. Let's talk about something else instead.
Hello.
He cleared up ages ago.
Must be something about that story.
But keep it to yourself. People don't need to know it.
I am now one of Lara's men. Have you got a message for me to take over to the Magicians of Fire?
I do indeed, but you'll need to carry the sign of one of our messengers, else Gomez's men won't let you enter the castle. Here, take the letter and the sign. And now, hurry up.
Not my problem.
I have an important message for Satyrus.
What could be so important that our spiritual leader should interrupt his important studies for it?
About that story after all.
Let's talk about something else instead.
The gurus have recognized that they're praying to an evil archdemon.
All of a sudden, they now think their sleeper is a demon? Sounds like another mad idea of the Brotherhood, but should they be right, all of us in the colony here might be in grave danger. You must report to Satyrus at once. He must decide what is to be done.
Where can I find Satyrus?
Go to the upper level. Tell the guards there that you have my permission to pass. The password is Tetriandoch. Satyrus is by the pentagram. He spends almost all day there, studying how to blow up the big ore mound.
People always talk.
Hello.
Shouldn't believe everything you hear.
I want to acquire...
something about that story after all.
That wasn't very clever.
But keep it to yourself. Rely on somebody and you're in trouble. Let's talk about something
Yeah,
else
people
instead.
always talk.
That wasn't very clever.
Yeah,
Let's talk
people
about
always
something else
talk.
instead. Hang on. Better not to go rushing into anything. I better keep out. Rely on somebody and you're in trouble. That's how.
Hang on.
You I thought that had been cleared ages ago.
As long as I'd better keep out of it.
Hello.
Must be something about that story.
As long as I'm not involved.
Very clever.
I need better armor.
You'll first have to earn your armor. Apart from that, they don't come cheap.
Give me the heavy armor.
You're not experienced enough to wear the heavy armor. Come back as soon as you've gained more experience. Step aside. Do you want me to beat it into your brain? Get out of here!
That's really not my problem.
Some people never learn. Well, there was a time when things would have gone very differently.
You'll be very sorry. Stop! Nobody may pass without the password.
Yeah, there must be something about that story after all.
I'd better keep out of it.
The password is Tetriandach.
That's right. You may pass. Rely on somebody and you're in trouble. That's how it goes. You shouldn't believe everything you hear.
As long as I'm not involved.
There must be something about that story.
If you think.
Yeah, that's really not my problem.
I'm not listening to you.
Who are you?
I am Nefarious, magician of the Circle of Water.
There was a time when things...
Where can I find Satyrus?
Go through the big round gate. You'll find him there.
If you think
Rely on somebody and you're in trouble. That's how it goes.
that's really not my problem.
Greetings.
I have important news from the Brotherhood's camp.
If Kronos gave you permission to visit me, it must be important news indeed.
Iberion is dead. He died during the ritual invocation of the Sleeper.
Iberion dead? That's bad news. Very bad news indeed. Who's leading the Brotherhood now? That power-hungry and deceitful Kor Kalam?
No, Kalam has turned his back on the Brotherhood. He's taken some Templars with him. Nobody knows where they've gone.
Why is that? He was in second place after Iberion.
Certain events have convinced the gurus that their way is the wrong one. Their god seems to be an evil archdemon. One of the gurus nearly killed me under the influence of the Sleeper, although I had saved his life just briefly beforehand. Kor Kalam was the only guru who didn't want to admit the true nature of the hellish creature. That's why he's left the camp in the swamp.
I see. Well, at least we're lucky in this regard. Kor Angar is a good man. He's tough, but honest. If anybody could prevent the Brotherhood from falling apart after this spiritual catastrophe, he can. May you return in one piece? Greetings. May you return in one piece.
Greetings!
Hang on. Better not go rushing it. Here. You shouldn't believe everything you hear.
It was obvious.
You looking for trouble with me again?
Maybe. People all...
Let's talk about something else
Hang on.
instead. You're very probably right.
Let's talk about something else instead. I'd better keep out of it. Hang on. Better not go rushing into it. Better keep out of it.
Yes, if you think so.
Some people never learn.
I wouldn't like to be in his shoes, though.
You shouldn't believe everything.
There must be something about that law.
Be in his shoes, though.
That wasn't very clever.
I'm listening to all. Put the weapon. Lucky for you.
I wouldn't.
There won't be something about that story after all. There must be something about that story.
You won't have much time to be sorry for it.
Keep it to yourself. You have to watch what you tell people. It's obviously the big trouble.
It was you shouldn't believe. Let's talk. You're very right. I wouldn't like. Let's talk about something else instead. people.
Keep it to yourself. People don't need to know it. That'd been cleared up ages ago.
What?
That wasn't very good.
Doubt that's ever likely.
There was a time when things were done very differently.
Probably right.
It was obvious that there would be trouble.
It was
ahead.
every time.
It was obvious that there would be trouble ahead.
Maybe. That's really not my problem. Let's talk about
Greetings.
I have this almanac. Iberian used it to charge the focus.
Very good. We need the knowledge contained in this book to charge the 5 original focus stones. I'll take the almanac.
I have this focus.
You're holding the key that can unlock all our bonds. It's one of the 5 focus stones which were used to create the magic barrier. And with the help of the very same focusing power of these stones, we'll tear down the Great Wall of Energy.
But won't that use up an awful lot of power?
True, but in all these years we've untiringly collected ore instead of trading it for luxuries with our jailers. As you must know, each ore nugget contains a certain amount of magic power. With the aid of the energy thus amassed in the ore mound, we'll be able to destroy the magic barrier.
Sounds dangerous.
The explosion will be merely of a magical nature. It will only destroy everything that's been modified by the magic inside the barrier. There is no danger to us human beings.
Here, take the focus. I hope it really will be of some use to your plans with the ore mound. What are you going to do with the focus and the almanac now?
Nothing. We need the 4 remaining focus stones first. Unfortunately, we don't have any of these 4 magic stones.
I'm willing to find the 4 remaining focus stones for you. After all, I'm quite keen on getting out of here sometime myself.
I must warn you, searching for them will prove as difficult as it will be dangerous. Since conflict with the old camp is getting worse every day, I cannot give you any mercenary either. You'll be totally on your own.
Well, that's nothing unusual for me. I'll find a way to organize these things.
Your confidence does you credit, but you'll need some items to assist you. Take this map here. It's old, but on it you'll see the original locations of the focus stones when the barrier was created. Also, this spell scroll will enable you to travel back to our camp faster. Finally, you need to speak to Riordian. He brews the potions for the camp. You'll find him in his hut, here, on the upper level. May you return in one piece?
It was obvious that there would be something about that story after